Hey everyone, and welcome to this deep dive. We're going to be talking about real-life superheroes,
Real-life superheroes.
but with a tech twist.
A tech twist.
That's right, because even superheroes need the right tools for the job. You know,
Of course.
imagine Batman without his gadgets or Superman relying on a rotary phone. Not very efficient.
Not at all.
So we're diving into some really cool stuff today, folks.
Yeah, we are.
Forum discussions from actual real-life superheroes.
Oh, wow.
Resource websites packed with helpful tools.
That's awesome.
And even articles about how AI can lend a hand.
Lend a hand or maybe a virtual fist bump?
A virtual fist bump. I like that.
You know,
All right, so let's start with the basics.
the basics.
What kind of apps are real-life superheroes already using out there?
Well, it's fascinating because even the simplest apps can be really empowering.
Yeah.
For example, we found this great post in the forums from a user named Swift_Avenger.
Swift_Avenger.
Yeah, and he was talking about using crime mapping app.
Crime mapping apps. Like a GPS for bad guys.
Kinda, yeah. They use public data and crime stats to highlight hotspots,
Hotspots.
areas where there's a higher chance of criminal activity.
Got it.
Yeah.
So instead of just wandering around hoping to stumble upon some evil doing,
Exactly.
you can be more strategic.
Yeah, much more strategic. And it's not just about fighting crime either.
Right.
These tools can help RLSH be more effective in their community outreach as well.
Well, that's a great point. Give me an example.
Imagine using a mapping app to find areas with a high concentration of homeless individuals.
Okay.
You can direct resources or offer assistance where it's most needed.
It's like using technology to put the super in favor. Super compassionate.
Exactly, I like it.
And speaking of compassion, personal safety is paramount for any real-life superhero.
Of course.
We saw a lot of discussion about panic button apps.
Panic button apps make sense.
Always good to have a backup if you find yourself in a sticky situation, right?
Yeah, because sometimes even the best martial arts skills can't compete with a really determined squirrel. You got that right.
Those things are vicious.
So these panic button apps can send an alert to your contacts or even directly to emergency services.
With your GPS location.
With your GPS location, it's like having a virtual sidekick who's always got your back.
I like the way you think. Okay, so we've got mapping apps for strategy panic buttons for safety.
Right.
What about staying informed? There's got to be an app for that.
You
Ruth.
bet. The Earth Agent's website actually recommends using police scanner apps.
Police scanner app.
Yeah, you can listen in on police radio chatter, fire department dispatches, even emergency medical calls.
Wow, so you can be the first on the scene even before the pizza guy.
Hopefully it doesn't come to that.
Yeah.
But you get the idea.
I do.
It's all about situational awareness.
Right.
Knowing what's happening around you so you can respond effectively.
Okay, so we've got the basics covered.
We do.
Mapping apps for strategy panic buttons for safety, and police scanners for staying in the loop.
Exact.
But let's be honest, sometimes we need a little more firepower than just a smartphone. Right.
Indeed. And that's where AI starts to come into play.
Ooh, AI. Like having a super smart computer sidekick. I'm already picturing a holographic Jarvis helping me pick out the perfect cape for a community fundraiser.
Well, we might not be at the holographic sidekick stage just yet.
Oh.
But AI does offer some incredible possibilities,
Okay.
We came across some fascinating articles discussing how platforms like Google Cloud AI or Microsoft Azure AI could be used for crime prediction.
Crime prediction, like a pre-COD superpower. Tell me more.
It's all about analyzing massive data sets, crime statistics, social media trends, even weather patterns,
Wow.
to identify areas where criminal activity is likely to occur.
So it's like using big data to outsmart the bad guys.
Precisely.
I can dig it.
Imagine an RLSH using AI to predict where a robbery might occur or identify potential hotspots for human trafficking.
Okay.
It could help them focus their efforts and potentially intervene before a crime even takes place.
Wow, that's next-level heroism. But what about AI for helping people who are experiencing homelessness? We were talking about mapping apps earlier.
Yeah.
Could AI take that to the next level?
Absolutely. AI could be used to analyze data on homelessness trends, things like shelter availability, food bank locations,
Right.
and even the movement patterns of individuals in need,
Okay.
to create a more dynamic and responsive support system.
So instead of just reacting to situations, we can be more proactive about getting people the help they need.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
It's all about using technology to connect the dots and create a more efficient and compassionate safety net.
I'm loving this. But before we get too carried away with our AI-powered dreams,
Sure.
let's take a step back and talk about some more down-to-earth tech tools for RLSH teamwork and organization.
Okay.
because even superheroes need to stay organized, right?
Absolutely. You can't fight crime effectively if you're constantly losing your keys or forgetting team meetings.
Exactly. So what kind of software can help keep our heroes on track?
Well, the Pi article had some great suggestions. Okay.
They recommend project management tools like Trello or Asana.
Ah, project management. So it's not just for stuffy corporate types anymore.
Not at all. Imagine using Trello to create a board for your next community cleanup event.
Okay.
You could assign tasks to different team members, set deadlines, and track progress all in one central location.
That's way better than trying to coordinate everything through a group text message that's blowing up your phone every 5 seconds.
Right, and it keeps everyone accountable and on the same page.
Right.
You could even use it to track donations or manage volunteer signups.
So organized. I'm already feeling more productive just thinking about it.
I know, right?
But what about staying connected with your fellow heroes? Especially if you're not always in the same place at the same time.
That's where video conferencing comes. And tools like Zoom or Skype are essential
Oh, yeah.
for remote team meetings, training sessions, or even just casual check-ins.
It's like having a virtual superhero headquarters.
Exactly. And it allows you to connect with heroes in other cities or even other countries.
Yeah. Fostering a sense of community and collaboration that transcends geographical boundaries.
I love it. It's like building a global network of do-gooders.
That's right.
Okay, so we've got project management tools for organization, video conferencing for communication.
Right.
What about for just collaborating?
The simplest tools can be the most effective.
True.
The Pi article also highlighted the importance of collaborative document editing.
You mean like Google Docs?
Precisely.
Mhm.
It allows multiple team members to work on the same document simultaneously.
I see.
Whether it's a mission report, a training manual, or even just a shared grocery list for the superhero potluck.
Because even heroes got to eat right.
Exactly. And it ensures that everyone has access to the latest information and can contribute their ideas.
Okay, so we've got project management tools for organization, video conferencing for communication, and collaborative documents for, well, collaborating. But what about the more specialized resources out there, specifically for RLSH?
You mean the kind of resources that cater to the unique needs of someone who might need to, say, order a custom-made cape?
Yes.
Or find a supplier for non-lethal smoke bombs?
You read my mind?
Well, we did come across a fascinating list of RLSH resources on a wiki page dedicated to the movement.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing to see the variety and dedication within the community.
So where do we even begin with this treasure trove of heroic goodies?
Let's start with a fun one. The Brooklyn Superhero Supply Co.
Wait, what? There's an actual superhero supply store, like a real-life brick-and-mortar store.
You bet they have a physical storefront in Brooklyn as well as an online store.
No way.
They sell everything from capes and masks to cans of courage and bottles of invisibility.
That is so cool. It's like stepping right into a comic book.
It's a fantastic way to engage the public, spark interest in the idea of everyday heroism, and support aspiring heroes of all ages.
And they even have an online store. That's perfect for those of us who prefer to do our hero shopping in our pajamas.
Mm.
But let's get back to the more practical side of things. What about tech tools that can help RLSH stay safe and informed out there in the real world?
Well, we came across a great example of that, the Citizen app.
Citizen.
Yeah.
Is that like a social media platform for superheroes?
Not exactly. It's more like a real-time safety network.
Okay.
It allows users to report incidents, share information, and receive alerts about what's happening in their communities.
So it's like a neighborhood watch, but supercharged with technology.
Precisely. It empowers people to be more proactive about their safety and the safety of others.
Right.
RLSH could use it to stay informed about potential threats, coordinate responses, and even provide assistance to those in need.
That's brilliant. It's like having a digital web of eyes and ears watching over the city.
Exactly.
Okay.
And for those looking for more specialized equipment or services, we found some fascinating websites like Hero Gear and The Sector.
Okay, Hero Gear sounds pretty self-explanatory, but what's the sector all about?
The Sector is a platform that connects RLSH with a variety of resources, including custom costume designers, tactical gear suppliers, and even software developers.
Wait, software developers?
Yeah.
Are we talking about like creating custom apps for crime fighting? Because that's officially the coolest thing I've heard all day.
It really highlights the growing sophistication and professionalism within the RLSH community.
Yeah.
People are taking this seriously and investing in the tools and resources they need to make a real impact.
It's inspiring to see how technology is becoming such an integral part of the RLSH movement. But before we get too carried away with all the amazing tools out there, let's take a moment to reflect on what truly matters.
You mean the heart of being an RLSH, the driving force behind all these efforts?
Exactly, because at the end of the day, it's not about the gadgets, the apps, or the algorithms. It's about something much deeper, something more human.
It's about compassion, courage, and a commitment to making the world a better place, one good deed at a time.
Well said.
It's amazing to see how creative and innovative people are getting with these tools.
And speaking of making a difference, we were talking about AI earlier.
Yeah.
And I'm really curious to explore how it can help with one of the most pressing issues facing our communities.
Yeah,
Homelessness.
it's a crucial area where technology can play a vital role.
Absolutely.
Remember those mapping apps we discussed?
Oh, yeah?
Well, imagine using AI to take that concept to a whole new level.
Okay. I'm all ears. Lay it on me.
We could use AI to analyze data on homelessness trends.
Okay.
Things like shelter availability, food bank locations, and even the movement patterns of individuals experiencing homelessness
I see.
to create a more dynamic and responsive support system.
So instead of just reacting to situations as they arise, we could be more proactive about getting people the help they need.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
It's all about using technology to connect the dots and create a more efficient and compassionate safety net.
I like it.
Imagine an RLSH patrolling the streets and encountering someone in need.
Yeah.
With an AI-powered app, they could instantly access information about nearby shelters, food banks, or even mental health services.
It's like having a virtual encyclopedia of resources right at your fingertips. No more fumbling through outdated pamphlets or making endless phone calls.
Exactly, and it could even go a step further.
Really?
Imagine using AI to personalize the support offered based on individual needs.
Personalization. How
Yeah.
would that work?
The AI could consider factors like age, gender, health conditions, or even language barriers
Okay.
to recommend the most appropriate resources.
Got it.
It could even connect individuals with social workers or case managers who specialize in their particular situation.
Wow, that's really impressive. It's like having a custom-tailored support system for every person in need.
And it could be incredibly empowering for the RLSH as well.
Yeah.
Instead of feeling helpless or unsure about how to best assist someone,
Right.
they would have the knowledge and tools to make a real difference in that moment.
It's like giving every hero a superpower for compassion.
And let's not forget about the power of AI for raising awareness and mobilizing support.
Okay.
We touched on social media earlier. Well, imagine using AI to create targeted campaigns or even generate personalized messages that resonate with different audiences.
So instead of just posting generic messages about homelessness, we could be more strategic about reaching the right people with the right information.
Precisely. We could use AI to identify influencers or community leaders who could amplify our message.
Right.
We could even create interactive chatbots that provide information and answer questions about homelessness in real time.
That's a great idea. It's like having a 247 virtual advocate working tirelessly to raise awareness and combat misinformation.
It's about harnessing the power of technology to connect with people on a deeper level and inspire them to take action.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
Everything from mapping apps to personalized support systems.
Yeah.
But I want to go back to something we mentioned earlier,
Okay.
the idea of using AI for RLSH training.
Ah, yes.
You mentioned something about a personalized danger room,
I did.
and I'm dying to know more.
It's a concept that has incredible potential. Imagine a virtual training environment where RLSH could practice their skills, test their limits, and develop the confidence they need to face real-world challenges.
Okay, so we're talking about virtual reality here,
Yeah.
like stepping into a video game where you can fight simulated villains and rescue holographic hostages.
While VR technology is certainly advancing rapidly,
Right.
we don't need to wait for fully immersive systems to start reaping the benefits of this type of training.
Okay.
We can actually achieve something similar using technology we have available today.
What's that?
LLMs, or large language models.
LLMs, those sound familiar, but refresh my memory. What are they exactly?
They're a type of artificial intelligence that's been trained on massive amounts of text data,
Okay.
allowing them to generate human-like text, translate languages, and even write different kinds of creative content.
Okay, so these LLMs are basically super smart chatbots.
Well, they're much more than just chatbots. They can
Yeah.
actually understand and respond to complex prompts,
Got it.
making them ideal for creating interactive training scenarios.
Interesting. So how would this work for RLSH training?
Imagine this. You have a custom-trained LLM, well, let's call it HeraGPT,
Hero GPT.
that specializes in RLSH scenarios.
Okay.
You give it a prompt something like, you're patrolling a dark alleyway late at night when you hear a cry for help.
Ooh, I'm already getting chills.
The LLM then takes over,
Okay.
generating a realistic scenario based on your prompt.
So it's like an interactive story, but driven by an AI that can respond to my actions and decisions.
Exactly as the RLSH, you would then type in your responses describing how you would react in that situation.
I see.
Would you investigate the cry for help? Would you call for backup? Would you try to de-escalate the situation with your words or your fists?
This is amazing. It's like playing a choose-your-own-adventure game, but with real-world stakes.
And the best part is that Haro GPT can provide feedback on your choices, analyze the effectiveness of your actions, and even offer alternative approaches.
Really?
It's like having a personalized training coach available 24/7.
I love it. And it wouldn't require any special equipment, just a computer or smartphone and an internet connection.
Exactly. It's incredibly accessible and cost-effective compared to building physical training facilities or hiring actors to role-play different scenarios.
And we could constantly update HeroGPT with new scenarios drawing on real-world incidents and crime data to keep the training relevant and challenging.
It's about creating a virtual training ground
Yeah.
where RLSH can hone their skills, test their limits, and develop the confidence they need to face whatever comes their way.
This is mind-blowing. It's like having a personalized danger room right in your pocket. But
Yeah.
let's not forget that technology is just a tool.
You're right. It's important to remember that the heart of being an RLSH lies in the human qualities:
Okay.
compassion, courage, and a commitment to serving others.
Well said. All right, so we've talked about a lot of cool tech.
We have.
But at the end of the day, being an RLSH, it's not just about the tools, right?
Absolutely. It goes much deeper than that.
It's about the heart,
Yeah.
the compassion, the courage,
That's
the unwavering commitment to helping others, even when it's tough.
couldn't have said it better myself, you know? So to wrap things up, I want to leave you with a little challenge.
A challenge. I'm always up for a challenge.
All right, here it is. If you could design an AI-powered tool specifically for RLSH, what would it be? What problem would it solve? What capabilities would it have?
Hmm. That's a tough one. But I think I'd focus on something that could bridge the gap between people in need and the resources available to help them.
Interesting. Tell me more.
Well, imagine an AI that could not only identify individuals at risk, but also connect them with the most appropriate resources, like right away.
So it's like a superpowered social worker with a massive database of information and the ability to personalize support.
Exactly. It would need access to everything: shelters, food banks, mental health providers, job training programs, you name it.
And it would have to be easy to use even under pressure.
Right, because imagine you encounter someone who's clearly struggling, but they're hesitant to accept help, or they don't know where to turn.
Yeah.
With this AI tool, you could quickly and discreetly get them the information they need.
It's about empowering RLSH to be even more effective in their outreach.
Exactly. And imagine if this AI could also analyze data to identify the root causes of these problems.
Yeah.
You know, like systemic issues.
That's taking it to the next level.
Right. It could help RLSH and community organizations advocate for change or develop better solutions.
It's about addressing the root causes, not just the symptoms.
Exactly. And that's where the true power of AI lies, in helping us create a better world for everyone.
Well said. That's a powerful vision.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of tech for real-life superheroes, remember that technology is just a tool.
It is.
It's the human spirit that drives us to make a difference.
The compassion, the courage, the commitment to helping others.
That's what makes a true hero.
Hey.
And with that, we'll leave you to ponder the possibilities, keep exploring the intersection of technology and heroism, and who knows what amazing things we can accomplish together.
Until next time, stay safe, stay strong, and keep fighting the good fight.